My name is Christopher, and I'm Kenyan. I am a student at Kenyatta University, Fashion Design and Marketing. I'm also an alumni of CIE. Took part last year in the summer exchange program where I served in Sambika, which is a retreat center, and a campsite in Bellevue, Washington State. I served there as an overnight camp counselor, adventure guide, and a high school mentor. This is my Changemakers in Action proposal for the Skill to Succeed project. Is an experiential learning program within an already existing project. This project exists in northern Kenya, Turkana, where there's a base set up by missionaries from our church, Parklands Baptist Church, and they do ministry and outreach to marginalized people who are in dire need of food, because northern Kenya is quite underprivileged. Part of my dream is to have the people there use efficient sewing machines. So by the purchase of these electrical industrial sewing machines, all types, I can facilitate what I'm taught in school, simply so that they can learn how to make beautiful garments, because most of the garments they get from donations are usually very baggy, not well into size. Unfortunately, because of the malnutrition in that area and the lack of food, most people are in small sizes and they're quite tall. So the basics would just be adjusting of clothes and then learning how to, using patterns, how to make a shirt, how to make a skirt, and even going deeper. One of my friends who is a female entrepreneur in the line of textiles and fashion, we thought of making recyclable sanitary towels for the girls, because you cannot easily find sanitary pads for girls in that specific area, and this is quite traumatizing, having to know that someone has to live without the proper sanitary wear. So this was one of the suggestions that we had, and we've been doing tons of research on the right patterns so that we can make it as easy for them to learn and to start using them. Beyond that, music and dance would be a way to interact with the locals and have fun while teaching this nitty-gritty skills. Photography also comes in, because one of my friends is a film director. He'll teach someone how to use a camera, how to use software on like a laptop. That's why this program will take 3 months. We'll first purchase everything that we need, then of course transport everything in 3 days, and when we get there, set up base. The missionary Agegasa and his friend Henry will help us interact with the locals, and on a day-to-day basis we'll have different things being taught experientially, that is. This won't be smooth sailing for the most part of it. We will experience a bit of challenges. Just to forecast, it's really hot and we'll need to prepare ourselves mentally for the brutal sun there. The second thing is the language barrier, because the natives there speak Pokot and Samburu. We ourselves do not speak that native language. However, we will make efforts to translate most of the things that we are trying to teach them into their language, so that they can assimilate to the program well. Another challenge would be culture. They have very strict laws, especially in regards to the females. That's why we're carrying along women, because I as a man cannot interact with a woman. That's their culture. It's almost like Islamic. So those are some of the ways that we hope to meet the challenges that we will face. When it comes to things like snakes, scorpions and all that, we will carry a first aid kit and everyone will get trained on first aid. That's very important. But beyond that, we're hoping to impact at least 80 youth to begin with for this first 3 months, and at least 100 children, because there are 3 primary schools there. We have the advantage of having a base, one common base, where we will set up all the machines. There's electricity there, there's a borehole, and there's a feeding program going on where we shall be. So of course we already have an influx of people coming in for the feeding program at lunchtime, and now us coming in with the program. We hope that people will be able to take part in all these things. On the weekends we hope, and during the evenings, this is 4 to 5 p.m, we hope to set up tournaments and having a array of activities from volleyball to football to soccer. Will be used to facilitate the purchase of sewing machines, iron boxes, scissors, everything related to tailoring, everything related to photography. There are laptops there. It'll also facilitate for our transport to the venue and to the various remote villages that we shall travel to, spreading the word. Also accommodation and food for the team that I will have, and a small token of appreciation for them, because they'll be putting into practice and serving a community in an inhospitable place for close to 12 weeks. In essence, the long-term desire for me is that there are children and youth who have been impacted by this Skills to Succeed program will go on ahead, because we've set them up for success, to use the skills to not only empower others, but to create for themselves a livelihood through the skills that they've learned. You know, when they can set up businesses for themselves, when they can open a tailoring shop, or when they can take photos and sell them out, and this can provide an income for them, I believe I'll have impacted them in a greater way. And I'll keep returning there to do this that I really love. And I would like to thank CIE for making this possible.